Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Put summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to another Friday night at the Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD, me with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Whew, January's done. What happened to January?
Round the back door.
Yeah, this the last Friday in January, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's gone. It came and went like a thief in the night.
That's what it felt like tonight. It's cold as a witch's you know what. Yeah. It's cold.
How you doing tonight, Ketel?
I can't complain. How about you guys?
Everything's cool here.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just chilly, but I'm good.
No, chilly ain't the word. It's cold as you know what.
I'm trying to be
say what it
positive
is.
about it.
Oh, yeah, we're too positive, but it's still cold as shit.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, we supposed to be getting some kind of big nor'easter. I see a lot of people got snow, and a few people got some serious flooding and rain, and I'm like, what is going on? Ooh.
Yeah, they say it's going to be rough, so we'll see.
Yeah, maybe get rid of some of these germs.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Y'all ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Hot topics tonight. We got some hot ones right off the press. 4 million people may have to repay California Unemployment Agency. Also, Black Capitol rioter is denied bail. Interesting. Johnson & Johnson now, they're going to do a new vaccine, so with one dose, so that should be interesting. Hidden and quitted headlines, Chinese cities using anal swabs to screen COVID-19 infections. Okay, don't want one of those. Also, Anheuser-Busch pulls Budweiser from Super Bowl ad lineup. That's interesting. And better than the lottery, this guy named Corvain Cooper, L.A. man, he was released from prison. He was grant clemency from y'all president. You believe that? Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Okay. Redwine, we're going to talk about what is going on with Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. I can't wait to hear that. Our weird news tonight, forced monkey labor allegations. Okay. Rock looks just like Cookie Monster. And website offers $3,000 for Sleepy Beauty to test out mattress.
Wow.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, I'll take that job.
You will? Okay.
Yeah.
All
Sign
right.
me up.
Our famous kiss the list and the last word, and also our cocktail for tonight. It's going to be a surprise. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with the hot topic.
All right, students, settle down. Today's lesson is on weed etiquette. Just because weed has been legalized in certain states, people need to understand that they should use weed etiquette when visiting friends and family. Now, if you choose to smoke weed when visiting friends and relatives who don't smoke weed, please remember these rules. Number 1, go south side. Number 2, collect the roaches. Number 3, stand away from the house. Number 4, wash your hands and mouth when you come back inside. And remember, everyone does not want to get high with you. So don't take it personal. Some people may be on parole. Some may be interviewing for jobs where drug testing is required. And some may be in AA and they just can't get high with you. Maybe they just don't like the smell of weed. Did you think of that? So remember, if you sit in a car and smoke weed and come back in the house and sit on their nice upholstered furniture, that smell will remain in their sofa for quite a while, and they may not like that. Weed is not a cologne or a perfume. Everyone doesn't want to smell it. So make sure you use weed etiquette when you do your thing. This has been a public service announcement for weed etiquette, and we thank you for your time. Hey, Papa, Pastor, what you doing, man? What you doing?
I'm waiting for the teacher to get
Students, settle down. Settle down. Students, okay, share with the teacher. Why? Share with the teacher. Students, share with the teacher. Someone open the window, please. Open the window.
Okay, all right. All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of Poppa DD, your Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Woo.
Right.
My goodness.
All right. You guys ready? You're going to start us off, Redwine, with the California story?
Okay, I'll take that one. We got millions of people in California may be in a position to have to repay some or all of the benefits that they received during this whole pandemic, not because of their fault, but because the California Unemployment Agency has stopped reinforcing the eligibility rules because they were trying to just move stuff quicker. So as a result, now they're saying, oh, you know what, we might have paid people that weren't supposed to get paid, or people got more than they should have. So we may be in a position now to make y'all have to pay this back.
Wow.
Now, how crazy is this?
Yeah.
If it was their mistake, how are you going to just tell the people who were in a pandemic, unemployed, needed the money, if they weren't supposed to get it, are they supposed to have known that? So, I mean, you had millions of people who were filing for unemployment during this whole time period. So it was the agency's decision to say, look, we don't have time to go through all the routine and, you know, the rigor that we normally do. Let's just process the stuff, process the claims, pay the people. And now they're like, maybe we were moving too fast. So now they're saying that in total there may be about 2.4 million people that could have been ineligible for benefits, and 1.7 million that were overpaid. And some people might fall into both categories. This is a hot, steaming pile of mess.
It sure is. Wow. How about money-wise? How much money is that?
They're looking at roughly about $5.5 billion altogether.
Said what?
$5.5 billion with a B dollars. That this was based on an audit. You know, once they finally, I guess, took some time and tried to sort it all out, there was an audit, and they said that the results were that about 1.7 million people got $5.5 billion in benefits. So I guess they still have to sort out how many dollars were paid out that weren't supposed to. And this was from the time period of March through December of last year.
When people needed it. I mean, you know, a lot was going on. Stuff was just crumbling, What, I don't know, maybe Where does this money come from? From taxpayers, or is it coming from the government, or through some type of budget fund or something?
Well, I'm sure every state.
Mm-hmm.
Well, every state has a budget that they use for unemployment, and then unemployment money comes from people's jobs. You know how when you work, there's money. What is that? What's that called, Poppa DD?
What do you mean?
The part of your deductions that go into unemployment.
Unemployment compensation?
Yeah, unemployment compensation or something. It's usually like some kind of matching percentage or something. So there's a deduction that comes out of your check, and then your employer puts in whatever percentage into that fund. So as far as I know, it should not be coming out of the state's budget. But I think with this whole pandemic situation, you know, things might have been handled a little bit differently.
Yeah, because maybe through this audit, maybe that's what they found. Because they, sometimes, you have a budget for, you allocate budget for different things. They might have pulled from something else to help pay these people. And in their audit, maybe they found that. It could be possible. But,
it could be.
California.
Yeah, California. Yeah. But check this out. They said that as of December 3rd, they had flagged about 12.7 million eligibility issues that affected 2.4 million people. And now normally they said it takes an average of 30 minutes to resolve every issue when it comes to unemployment issues. So they said based on that estimate of 30 minutes per issue and all these claims, it would take more than 3 million hours of work, which equates to 342 years to resolve even half of this.
What?
There's no way. So even if they had 342 years to solve this, and of course, when they say 30 minutes, I'm assuming they're calculating that based on one person at 30 minutes times the number of claims equates to 342 years. So if you say, all right, 10 people at 30 minutes, then you can divide that number, from 342, divided by 10, what's that, 34.2 years.
I was never good at math, so you got it.
But, so I'm just saying, either they need to hire some folks to bring that number down to something reasonable, or they just need to close the books and say, our bad.
Yeah.
Y'all, whoever got it that wasn't supposed to get it, y'all just got away with that one. And then say, all right, starting in January, we are going to do what we're supposed to do to check eligibility and run the process correctly.
There you go. You need to contact them, Redwine. Let them know.
I mean, this is crazy.
Get on your staff.
You're talking about all the claims, millions and millions of claims from March to December? Please.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
They won't be digging out of that hole for 342 years.
What do you think about that, Papa?
They need to just let it go.
Yeah.
You know where you're going to withdraw.
Let it go.
People don't have no money as it is, so what you going to do?
Yeah.
Ain't no way. How you going to get money back from somebody that barely got anything anyway? What they need to do is bring people to work. Everybody is so busy, remoting from home and everywhere else that it ain't working out like that everywhere. So, very interesting.
It is. It's interesting that how many other states are going through the same thing. And this is just one state, California. Shoot, could you imagine some other ones? They might not even be telling anything and just gonna squash it, like Papa said, just keep moving. Yeah.
If I were the other states, I would do that because California is looking 10 kinds of crazy right now.
I agree. Yep. All right, Papa DD, what you got for us? Is it the Black Rider? What happened with him?
Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, this jerk off. I don't know.
Yeah.
Black, I mean, amongst all those white people, I mean, what do you think? You think they give a damn about you in that crowd? But the Black Capitol rioter, he's denied bail. While many white people was granted and released and everything, he's denied bail because the judge probably says, your ass is just straight crazy. Why are you hanging with those idiots from the beginning? I mean, were you raised in a, this is, his name is Emmanuel Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah. And he's from Capitol Heights.
Oh, my God.
A town in Maryland. It's not too far from.
Come on, brother.
Which is a person that probably just went up there locally and put a hat on. Oh, hi, my brother. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, the whole KKK thing is getting so confused. I mean, I thought it was black against white once, and then Charlottesville showed there was more whites out there protesting than blacks, and it was just So anyway, we're getting back to the story. This guy here, like I say, he's from an area called Capitol Heights, Maryland. He was acting like he was a peaceful protester, but now it's been reported that the black participant from Capitol Heights, he sees his own situation up there, and now he wants his allies to set him free, and nobody's taking the bait. So he's staying out there alone. He's got no constituents. They worry about their own white asses, and they don't give a damn about his black ass. And he's finally realizing that too late why he can't afford bail. He's being denied bail. And it's just a whole, it's just like when you look at the news of that particular day, and you see a black person in the audience, the first thing coming to your mind is like, what are you doing there? You know what I mean? It's almost like...
I did wonder about him.
I mean, because sometimes something just belongs to somebody else, You just have to realize it. Sometimes I wonder, what side of the bed some of these black folks are getting up on in the morning. They just don't know what to do with themselves. So, anyway, in the meantime, we'll stay tuned to see what's going on with this gentleman as far as his whole situation. He's in jail and everybody. Even the people, even the guy that sat in, the Nancy's chair, he's out. He's out of jail.
Yeah, how is he out, but this brother can't get out of jail?
I mean, phew.
What?
Yeah, murder guy in Nancy's chair, he's been out. He got out the day after when he went to court, he was out. So, yeah.
Is it about money, you think?
Well, I tell you.
It's about complexion.
Everybody's connected. I mean, if you were to hear some people that in the Capitol, some of their alibis on why they broke in or what their situation was, they're coming up with story off the top of their head, and the judge is shaking his head saying, wow, boy, if you didn't think of that, I got to give you some bail. They're saying the most, they're saying some wild stuff. And a lot of them on the news, I saw on CNN with the gentleman, Carmo, the guy that comes on at night. He was interviewing a couple guys. And Como knew the lawyers that they had. And these were two prominent lawyers.
Oh, yeah.
And Como would get asked the lawyers, he said, why are you representing these guys? He said, well, everybody deserves a fair trial. And he said, but you guys, what he was saying in so many words, that the lawyers that had them guys were great lawyers. They were very good. And they was representing them. So, but I just think the white guy the black guy kind of just walked up on that, being he's a local, you know what I mean? I don't think he knew anybody.
Can I just interject this? I heard that this guy had a history of mental illness. Now, if that information is publicly known, then I would assume the people who are keeping him in jail would know it as well. So if that's the case, then why is he still being held in jail? If he's got some mental health issues.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody cared about what was a black ailment. I mean, when did that ever come into play? Whether it's mental illness or whatever.
I'm just trying to understand, how is he still in jail? And a lot of those guys that did all kind of stuff, breaking into offices, taking stuff, destroying stuff, how are they walking free?
Because they know people.
Yeah,
They're all,
I agree. I think you're right.
He's not in the group. He's not in the group. He's not there. They're
Yeah.
not claiming him either.
So he thought they were going to embrace him because he was chanting along with them. And then when the crap hit the fan, they were like, you on your own. Okay.
Oh, boy. I'm trying to tell you, what is going on? What is the goings-on?
Too much for me.
And he's from the local area. That's what's tripping me out.
And they said he was homeless. I'm like, wait a minute, you from
crazy.
Capitol Heights, but you're homeless? So I guess that was your last known residence?
What, the Capitol?
That he's supposedly homeless with a mental health issue. Sounds to me like he needs help.
Something must have been going on because the picture you see, he pulls down his mask and he turns directly to the camera. I'm like, okay, you I think you just wanted to be. Maybe you need some help. Maybe this is your calling out for help. You know, you in the sea of white folks and, you know, you black. What the heck is going on with you? But, you know, we just answered those questions, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you guys got any questions or comments out there, please hit us up, 914-803-4306. And push one.
It
They're
is.
getting the queue. Yep. All right, I'm going to round it off with this last hot topic, Johnson & Johnson. You guys don't have any stock in Johnson & Johnson, you better go for it. They have a one-dose shot, not as strong. Okay. Johnson & Johnson's long-awaited vaccine appears to protect against the COVID-19 with just one shot. Okay. Not as strong as some two-shot rivals, but still potentially helpful for a world in dire need of more doses. Okay. J&J said on Friday that the U.S. and 7 other countries, the single-shot vaccine was 66% effective overall. Okay. And 85% against the most serious symptoms. Okay. I mean, I guess we can't complain. Got to get something. Gambling on the one dose was certainly worthwhile. The doc says, global research chief J&J. With vaccines off to a rocky start globally, experts have been counting on a one-dose vaccine. So here it is. All right. The company said within a week it will file an application for emergency use in the U.S. and then abroad. Okay. It expects to supply 100 million doses in the U.S. by June and expects to have some ready to ship as soon as authorities give the green light. Okay. Well, let's see what's going to happen. All right. Well, like I said, if we haven't gotten any stock in Johnson & Johnson, you better go ahead and get some because they're the next ones with the one dose. So we're going to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, but didn't you say it's not as strong as the other stuff with the extra refrigeration and the double shots and all that?
Yeah, only 67%. So I guess anything over 50, I don't know, what the border is or whatever as far as percentage-wise for it to go out. But, yeah, I guess the CDC, they already approved it, and it's getting ready to rock and roll. So it's interesting. I wonder, do they specify, like if you go in and get the shot, oh, this is Johnson & Johnson's dose, does it say, I wonder, or just does it say vaccine? I'm curious.
No, that's a good question because I remember in the beginning when they were talking of vaccine, people were asking would they be able to request the one they wanted. And the response was you should just take whatever is being offered as soon as it's available to you. So it sounded like you're not going to be able to specify that you want, this one versus that one. If it's your turn and they say, all right, you're next, pull up your sleeve, you're supposed to just get whatever they give you.
Right. So I can understand why some people might want to pull back, because we hear so much and they give us so much information. Maybe that's why the CEO of the CDC, she's not giving exact numbers. She's acting like a dodo brain, like she doesn't know anything, like how many exact doses we have left. So maybe she's feeling it's about 6 billion people in the world. We only got 2 doses left. You know, people might get into a panic. So, you know, she's not giving out those numbers. So, I don't know if that's a plus or minus. So we'll see. All right. Well, if you guys got any questions or comments, like I said, 914-803-4306 and press 1.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back on the other side with the Hit It and Quit It headlines on the Pajama Party Show.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show, and we're here with our PJs on because you know we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier. Or is it Misery Loves Company? Or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party Show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
It's Friday night, and you're listening to the Pajama Party Show Live. Tune in every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific. We push it to the limit every week like only we can. We've got hot topics, hit it and quit it headlines, TV and movie reviews, commentaries, and the world's famous Kiss It list. And you don't want to be on the Kiss It list. So visit apajamaparty.com. Check out the cocktail of the week. Get your glass and get your laugh on with the Pajama Party Crew, doing what we do right here with you. Get up on this and push it. Push it real good.
Hi, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of those Poppa DD here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Boom, swat, darling. All right.
I was wondering if you were hiding over there, Redwine.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Just trying to get things in order.
All right. Wait, you wanna segue with the next one? Since we're on the COVID-19, you wanna take the Chinese cities and the COVID?
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
And this is kind of crazy, but I guess if they say it works for them, more power to them, I suppose. But Chinese cities say that they are now using anal swabs to screen for COVID-19 infection.
Woo.
I'm like, wow. This is out of Beijing.
Wait a minute. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anal swabs in Beijing, China. So some Chinese cities are using samples taken from the anus to detect potential COVID-19 infections as China steps up their screening to make sure that no potential carriers get missed. Because, you know, they're trying to cut down on regional outbreaks, and they've got a big Lunar New Year holiday coming up. So I think that's why they're going crazy with this right now. And they were like, all right, you're not going to have y'all spoil the party, so we're going for the gusto. So they said that a throat swab on somebody who was 52 years old in a city in a different province showed a negative result, but the person was having symptoms with the coughing, the loss of appetite. So he tested positive when they did the nose swab and the anal swab. But the throat swab said he was negative. So they're saying, okay, And what I got out of that is that, well, if the nose said it was positive, is that not enough? But y'all want to go for the anal too? So they said nose and anal said he had it. Throat said he didn't. Anyway, they've already put the person in quarantine and all of that, and locked him down as a COVID-19 patient. But they said that this is crazy. They said that the anal swabs require inserting a cotton swab 3 to 5 centimeters into the anus, which is about 1.2 to 2 inches, into the anus, and it says in the article, gently rotating it.
Oh,
I guess to get this is too much.
Okay.
So
you
last
my
week,
weird news?
I know, it should have been a weird news. So last week, a Beijing city official said that the anal swabs were taken from over 1,000 teachers, staffers, and students at a primary school after one infection had been found. The nose and throat swabs and serum samples were also collected. Now, that's what got me. I'm like, okay, y'all did this to the students, too?
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Ooh, that's a lot.
That's some freaknik shit, right?
It really is. This is like...
I mean,
just come on, y'all, really?
I tell you.
This is too much.
I think somebody getting their rocks off. I think you're right, Papa. Somebody getting their rocks off.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, something going on.
Scary as that.
See, and they went on to say that these anal samples are only necessary for key groups, such as those under quarantine. Which doesn't make sense, because why would you be quarantined unless you were already testing positive? So
they doing
that
some
sounds
testing.
backwards.
They doing some testing, like the different studies they do. That's what that is. That's some kind of study
they doing some freaky stuff. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I'm going to have to put the Beijing anal swabbing testers on the kiss it list.
Well, for travelers going to Beijing, doctors say bend over. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You might want to stay home. Just saying.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Wow. You guys got any comments on that? Please give us a call.
I think everybody's scared of that one.
I think so. All right, Papa, you got the next one. Anheuser-Busch, talking about the Super Bowl. Isn't that your road?
Yeah, let's see here. Anheuser-Busch, they pulled the Budweiser from the Super Bowl ad lineup.
Uh-oh.
Well, probably because, I don't know. Let's see what's up here. The King of Beers is stepping away from one of the most prominent triumphs there. They're looks like the beverage giant Anheuser-Busch, which is owned by new people now. It's not the same old Anheuser-Busch people. That's a whole new group. I think some Belgian people wrote it a while back. They're benching the Super Bowl commercials from Budweiser, perhaps his best-known product, first time in nearly 4 decades, that the brand won't have a piece of the big game ad roster, probably because they're making enough money already, And who knows if the Clydesdale horses are even still in effect or whatever. The move follows the decision by both Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola to sideline Super Bowl ads for their flagship products as well. And suggests that CBS broadcast of the Super Bowl was at 55 will lack some of the event's most familiar trappings as the world continues to grapple with the economic fallout of the coronavirus pandemic. I think a lot of these places are already making enough money that they know they got the market cornered, and they really don't have competition. You know what I mean? It's almost like the shark ate every goddamn fish in the sea, so he's really not really hungry right now, to be honest with you. So I think if you boil it down to things, that's what it looks like to me. But anyway. It says we know the resources that go beyond investments in the game. We also have to invest in our product, as a spokesman said. Her name was what's her name, Monica Rosati, whatever. She's the vice president of marketing at Budweiser. She makes about $250,000 a year. In an interview, nothing that the brand would enjoy more is the game's presence in their 37-year history of advertising on the Super Bowl. But the company intends to run 4 minutes worth of advertising on Super Bowl 55 for Bud Light. Now here's another thing too. Instead of messing with that old Budweiser stuff, they plan on running ads for Bud Light, which is the signature stuff for Bud Light is part of NFL. NFL sponsors that particular beer. Also, Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, Michelob Ultra, and Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. So it sounds like they're trying to sell their.
They're going high end.
No, they're trying to sell their yuppie stuff that's not probably selling too well, while running local ads to selected markets for Stella Artois, and their Cutwater spirits as well. Your people Cutwater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what they're doing, they're trying to put their new stuff out front. So they're.
Wait, I thought they weren't going to advertise. So they're not going to.
Well, I told you they're owned by the Belgian company now, because Stella is Belgian beer, and as you see, one was Stella ever and connected with Budweiser. That's like the city mouse and the country mouse, but now they're together. Anyway, Anheuser spent an estimated $41 million in last year's games, according to some of the averages that was put forth from the Super Bowl. So, but I'm sure they made $5 or $6 billion. So they got the nerve to talk about spending $41 million, which is, oh my God, that's $41 million is. They make that back on distribution to bars, and liquor stores alone. Anyway.
So how much are those spots going to cost for the?
I'm sure everything is cut back. I mean, it doesn't specifically say what they're going to be this year, but with the cutbacks and everything, I'm sure people aren't really hasty enough. I mean, you can't really go in the supermarket, you can't really go in the store, you can't really go in the restaurants, so it's not supermarkets per se, but you can't really do too much. So they're thinking, why would we do this here? Let's just let this fly and we'll catch up with it or whatever. But Anyway.
Interesting. I mean, I was looking forward to the commercials on the NFL. The big commercials. I guess we're gonna be looking at something different now.
I'm sure Doritos will still be doing their thing.
Yeah, that's true. I guess Doritos will take over.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they have some of the best ones. They're funny too, so I enjoy that. But when is the Super Bowl, Papa?
It's next week, 6:30 p.m. on CBS.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the info.
The 7th of February.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know what? I bet you some of this has to do with now that they know, thanks to COVID and quarantining and social distancing, that people aren't going to be having these big Super Bowl parties like they used to do. So maybe they're feeling like, we're not going to get the bang for the buck that we normally would, so why spend the money?
Makes sense.
They're going to have them. They're just not going to put them on Front Street.
Yeah, I mean, but the ones that, people would be like going all out, now you got to be low-key or just don't do it. You're not supposed to do it, people. So don't do it.
Yeah. I bet you will probably see more commercials on pizza. Because, the Pizza Hut, Domino's, everybody, man, they're going to inundate them on that day. So that's all you're going to see, pizza commercials. Yeah. All right. I got this last inning for it. That was a good one. This one's better than the lottery. This guy, Corvain Cooper, L.A. man, facing life in prison for a nonviolent marijuana crime. He was granted clemency. I guess Trump did something right. He was facing life, nonviolent marijuana charge. He says, I want to give all glory to God, he said. I can't wait to see my kids. He has 2 daughters. He hadn't seen them in probably over, 7 years he's been in jail, 7 or 8 years. He's 41. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility for parole in 2014 for his participation in a conspiracy to distribute marijuana. Now, that doesn't carry a charge like that. His third strike, which was in California, and had been serving his sentence at a federal prison in Louisiana. But this prospect for an early release improved in 2017 when changes in California's law reduced both of his prior drug convictions from felonies to misdemeanors. Thank you. He said, I love Last Prisoner Project. I love everybody, he said. It's just too amazing. It's better than the lottery. Cooper was one of more than a dozen people who sentenced for crimes related to marijuana were commuted by President Donald Trump during his final days in office. Yeah.
Oh, so he did one thing right.
Yeah, two. He, the other lady that was in prison, she was a black woman. She was about 40-something herself, and she was going for life also. I can't remember, the one Kim Kardashian helped, so. And
all right, I'll give
know,
you two.
Okay, as we know, marijuana commercially, huh?
I'm sorry, go ahead. I was just going to ask a question. I'll wait till you're done.
No, go ahead. What's the question?
I'm trying to understand, even if this was under that 3 strikes you're out time period, for marijuana, I mean, he didn't kill anybody, right?
Nope, and his participation, so he was just a part of something bigger in a conspiracy to distribute marijuana. So he conspired to distribute, but, I mean, life, the possibility of parole, that's ridiculous.
That's what I'm trying to understand.
Where's this happen at?
Louisiana.
How
in the world does that equate to a life sentence?
That's where he was in prison, but it was in L.A. They got him in L.A., but he was the prison he was in was in Louisiana.
Oh, so it was a federal crime. Okay.
Right.
But there are people who have raped people, killed people, done all kind of heinous things, and they got out sooner than he did and didn't have to serve life.
It's all about the
the color.
at the time. Once you're in the system and like you said with the 3 strikes, now he's already on the books and all. At that point, you're and when you got a closed-minded town like that where he was at, or the judge and everything, and the however they add up his what do you call that, your sentencing guidelines and things like that. It's a mess. It's a mess. In Colorado, they're making big money selling this shit every day in the corner store. So it didn't pan out. So I guess hopefully he got out because they see around the world that marijuana is like almost passé anymore. It's not even.
Yeah, after a while they'll be selling it in gumball machines.
Yeah, they're growing them in the summertime. They grow right next to the tomatoes in the damn garden. So what are you gonna do? Anyway.
So he's out. He's free now. Good grief.
Yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, he has 2 daughters, and they just the cutest things. They've been talking to them quite a bit. So, yeah. So we'll see what's gonna happen. And matter of fact, when they got him, he was maintaining the store, so he was trying to do better. I don't know.
See, that to me just sounds over the top excessive. I understand that there were rules and laws and whatnot that were in place, but to me, at some point, people need to use their own common sense. Like your attorney should be able to plead your case and be able to say, this is a family man, he's running his own store, he's contributing.
I'm quite sure
to
he did
community.
all that. But like Papa say, when you're in the system, they just keep looking at the first one, the second one. Okay, you in my courtroom again for the 3rd time. Okay, it's time for you. They just going to throw the book at you.
And he could have a public defender.
Oh, gosh.
He could have a public defender who's just a rookie. He probably better off defending his damn self as opposed to a underpaid public defender that's getting paid by the state. So anyway.
Okay.
Well,
congratulations for getting out, brother.
Yes, yeah. If you guys got any questions or comments, what we've been talking about, there's some hot stuff here. Hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
and press 1.
All right.
All right.
All right.
We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll be right back on the other side of the break.
This is Redwine, and you're listening to WPJP Blog Talk Radio Pajama Party. Check out my commentary. I like to call it I'm Just Saying, because sometimes I am just saying. It's just my opinion. It's what I think. Hey, you don't have to agree, but if you disagree, call us up. 914-803-4306. Hey, don't forget, they can catch us on Twitter also, at apajamaparty.com, too. What's the number, Papa?
914-803-4306. I don't know how I got in the studio. Redwine came in here by himself, and me and Ketel just happened to come here and catch her stealing the airtime, as usual.
You know, I was trying to do my own promo, and y'all just happened to show up again. What time? Oh, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. No, that's wrong.
And 6 o'clock Western Time. West Coast Time.
Right,
okay.
Right. Either way.
So if you're in California, call us at 6 p.m., 7 o'clock if you're hanging out in Colorado somewhere.
7 o'clock, that's Central Time. See, now we got it all.
7 o'clock if you're in...
okay, it's 9 o'clock Eastern. Y'all do your math. Figure out where you are. Check your watch. 9 o'clock Eastern. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Check us out.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9:15 CP time, right?
Yep, that's right.
CP time, 9:15.
There you go.
All right.
All right, bartender.
Is that it?
Hey.
Bartender.
Hey, is that Mr. Lowe? Hey, come on, Mr. Lowe, the bartender.
I was trying to jiggle my ice in my glass, but it melted.
Oh, jiggle.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right. I hear the music. Must be cocktail time.
Oh, cocktail time. What you got for us, Ketel?
So we're going to get into the cocktail and then topics right after me?
Okay.
All right. This is called the Champagne Bowler. So we have bought in 2021. This is from France to Italy and back again. There's nothing like a little bubbly to kick off this new year. All right. So 4 ounces of Mum Brut Rosé. Mum is excellent champagne. Or you can go with Cobel if you like, but it has to be rosé. 1 ounce of the champagne. A half an ounce of cognac. All right, Papa, I got you in there. A half an ounce of simple syrup. 1 ounce of white wine. 3 fresh strawberries, and fresh strawberry sliced to garnish. Okay, so we're going to combine 3 sliced strawberries and simple syrup in a cocktail shaker and muddle well. Add ice and top with cognac and white wine. Shake until shaker is frosty, then strain in a cocktail glass or wine goblet. And to top with Mum Brut Rosé and finish with freshly sliced strawberries. And that is the Champagne Bowler. Right. We're going to strike out with that.
Oh, that sounds really good.
It does. It really does.
Would you try that with Papa, with the cognac?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That sounds good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the cocktail of the week, brought to you by Ketel and DC Homegrown Entertainment. We thank you so much for that. We'll make sure it gets posted on the website so you can get that recipe and try it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yum, yum, good. All right. Going over to Poppa DD, and what's popping? What's popping tonight, Poppa DD? What you got for us?
You know, this lady here, Marjorie Green, I tell you, I just can't get her out of my mind, you know. I mean, I guess that an older gentleman like myself, you know, when I look at people, sometimes I look back on their history and see who they are and where they're from and, you know, how old they are and things like that and what they've done. Now, first of all, this lady is a freshman congressperson. Freshman. which means she just raised her fucking hand yesterday. I will, I shall, I must. Just yesterday. But see, what is biting her in the butt is how radical she was, prior to her becoming a congresswoman. Now, nobody noticed this, okay? Only because she was down there brewing in Georgia, where you can put the pot on the stew and shut the door, you know what I mean? And nobody knows until they smell it. They don't even know it's cooking, they just smell it. But anyway, now all of a sudden, she just pops out of nowhere, but she has been advocating hard with the gun laws, and she was harassing a gentleman who was a survivor of a high school shooting, and he's down there to plead his case, and she follows this guy out throwing all kind of stuff at him, and all the people who had children killed in the different schools are all on her for what she's done. But it seems like nobody's listening because she has this big projectile that she was hiding behind Trump. Trump was like the Iron Curtain, but now the Iron Curtain has moved out of the way. It's almost like somebody on the job is like I've had a young lady on my job who was always getting all these benefits because the boss was checking her out and all that. But after a while, he retired. So therefore, her godfather was gone. You know what I mean? And I think now that Trump is gone, everybody's still trying to hang on to that arrogance. But now with her, she's an exception. Now, the rest of them jerk-offs like Ted Cruz and all them, they're experienced assholes. So they got it all down to a science. And even you got the other new guy, the one that had his fists up, the little skinny guy. He's brand new.
Oh, yeah.
What's so interesting is that the evilness and the viciousness of these ignorant white folks that are starting to be revealed, and now they got a suit on or a pantsuit on as a female, they're being revealed, and they're being revealed viciously. This young lady, Marjorie Greene, she's a hot mess. But she's now, anytime you starting to delete your different things that you said. She said this is here, but it's since been deleted. It's since been deleted. Well, now you're realizing that just how vicious that you not were, but you are. But you're in a situation now where you're in Congress, but then she goes and hides behind Cruz and everything. I just think that these days there are so many people that's hiding behind crap that it's not even funny. I mean, some of these people are just McCarthy. McCarthy's a mess, and he just was down in Mar-a-Lago talking to Trump the other day. I mean, like, what are you trying to hold on to? And then you come back to D.C. and there ought to be a law against you just fraternizing and then coming back and act like you're holier than thou. I mean, like my father always says, and this too will come to pass. Believe me, and this too will come to pass, because this stuff is going to reveal itself, because the one thing people have to understand is that this COVID situation is very serious. And I'm not saying that in fear, but I'm saying it in direct knowledge of it. I lost my mother to it, and I got news for you. It's real. It's real. It's real. And it sneaks up on you. It sneaks out of nowhere. Most of the time, the people get it are people that least expected it. If you go around and talk to families that have lost people to COVID, their story all sounds the same. They don't know what happened. The person got sick. All of a sudden, they was on the ventilators, and they had to do this and do that, and they just slowly died. And we didn't see them in 6, 7 months, 8, 9 months. We're talking to them through a window. These are real stories. And you got people in Congress that's acting like everything is hunky-dory, and let's all celebrate Trump, and let's go in the Capitol building and be a congressperson and just show our ass or try to hide from what we were. Let me just say this in closing. These people, let's talk about Green for a second. This lady is from Georgia, raised in Georgia, went to Georgia high schools, went to a Georgia college, okay? So she never left her own damn backyard, okay? So she's closed-minded as anybody could be. She probably listened to a bunch of right-wing stations, Rush Limbaugh, every person you can mention. Then you got these other guys that are, that's throwing podcasts out there. And some people listen to podcasts without an opinion of their own are getting brainwashed. They're just following suit, and then they just act on it. The one thing your beautiful mind does, and your beautiful mind is designed to do, is process. But if you let crap get in your head and just run around like a maniac, and you don't take the time to process it, I don't care if I'm listening to Farrakhan or Sharpton or anybody, Colin Powell, Barack Obama, no matter how much I might love them or whatever, I'm still going to process what they say. I'm going to analyze it in the middle of my brain, and before I bring something out of my mouth, I'm going to say, okay, I got a job I don't want to lose. I got a reputation I want to keep. I got family members that taught me right from wrong. All this stuff is going to be processed before I say some crazy shit that somebody heard somebody else say that I'm going to repeat. But some of these people talk like Trump, act like Trump, walk like Trump, follow Trump to the damn river like the Pied Piper. And it's amazing, but we'll see. And like I said, and this too will come to pass. So I'm going to leave that alone. We'll see what happens with this.
Okay, then. Yeah, she's a crazy one.
She's a mess.
He needed to delete that crap. This woman was talking about lasers coming out the sky and doing this and that, and talk about all this QAnon stuff.
QAnon.
The Democrats eating children and doing crazy stuff. It's like, why would you even repeat crazy stuff?
When has the world become so Democrat and Republican? They've heard Trump say that stuff so much. This is just a political party. It has nothing to do with the Germans against the Vietnamese, against the China, against Russia. It is not that serious. It's a political
party. People are making it that serious. No,
the ignorant people are just thriving on. They're scared to death with things. They don't want to lose what they got. They're destroying Washington D.C. Washington D.C. now, I don't even know where blacks can even live in D.C. anymore. Damn place is so gentrified anymore. Where are people living? Everybody got a little pocket, and they run over to Maryland. Because people come in here from, and I'm going to get off my soapbox here. These different politicians come from Utah, Montana, Oklahoma, and they migrate to D.C. and they don't leave. Mm-hmm. They love it here, and then they they bring their families, they bring their aunt, uncle, grandmama, sister, cousin, brother-in-law, and everybody now lives in D.C. Nobody wants to go back to Utah. Nobody wants to go back to bumfuck Montana, flat land with tumbleweeds and shit. Don't want that shit no more. Anyway, I'm going to leave it alone.
Okay.
All right, Papa. I love it.
You was going to go into phase 2.
Woo!
All right.
Phase 2 is next segment. Okay.
Okay. Well, we're going to go to the phone line. Let's go to the phone line, pick up a caller. See what you have to say, caller. Hello. Welcome to the Pajama Party Show. Go for it. Hi, caller. Go right ahead with your comment.
Hello. How are you all this evening?
Fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm fine. I just wanted to point out one thing and add to what Poppa DD just said about that crazy woman in Congress. She ran unopposed because her QAnon followers went after the home of her opponent, and he was forced to leave with his wife and not return because they had been threatened so much. To me, that should have halted some of that right in its tracks, and she should not have been allowed to run unopposed.
No,
but because he couldn't do some of the things that required for him to run, they took him off the ballot.
And they got left with her crazy butt.
And she only got 30,000 votes.
So she outdid her opponent.
Right, but because her opponent wasn't even on the ticket, she was the default winner.
That's good information. Which go to show you that there's more fakeness in her life. It's amazing. And I think she's 46 years old, and her life has just been a bunch of deception. And then looking at her bio, I think she's married, but I don't see chick or child. So I don't see no children in the picture. So therefore, she's got plenty of time to fuck around and fuck up. So anyway, let me leave that.
But aren't they trying to get her out of the Congress? I know somebody.
Well, yeah, but that's always said. We want to impeach, but not. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Kevin McCarthy put her on the education.
Mm-hmm. And how stupid was that?
I mean,
how crazy is that?
Yeah.
But I will say this, and I don't want to leave it at this point. Years ago, as some of you may know who are on the Pajama Party team, I was a huge IMDb follower. I used to get caught up in the message boards. And about 6.5, almost 7 years ago, they started talking about this uptick of white supremacy in this country, and people were saying, "No, you're more likely to get killed by a black gang or Asian gang or a Latin gang," and all of this happened in the background. But we don't have a domestic terrorism law in this country. We don't have any way to prosecute a domestic terrorist in this country beyond property damage or killing someone. So even like Timothy McVeigh was not convicted under domestic terrorism, even though what he did was domestic terrorism. So I say we should all lobby Congress to put a law in place that allows them to treat domestic terrorists the same way they would if it was a guy with a Muslim name or an African name doing damage here.
I agree completely. That's an excellent point.
All right.
I didn't realize that, but now it makes sense. But that makes sense. Why they always come up with this stuff like with Breonna Taylor, how that guy ended up being prosecuted, the one who killed her, talking about how he was, what was the charge, how they got him on a charge that had something to do with putting the neighbor at risk. Not the fact that he killed Breonna Taylor. I'm like, that is insane. You killed a woman, came in her home and killed this woman, but what they got you on was the fact that you endangered her neighbor by you firing your gun. There's something wrong with the legal system when that's the way the charges go.
I agree. It's broken, truly.
Yeah, these loopholes need to be closed, but I agree, Colin. If there's not a domestic terrorism policy on the books, it certainly needs to be.
It all begins with ignorance. So I mean, if you would ever sit down, and I have people on the job that are Trump lovers and all, and when you sit down and talk to them, they are so ignorant and so shallow. And when I say ignorant, I'm not saying that in a sense of talking about them or trying to put slangs on them, but they're just ignorant. I mean, based on the love, life, and teachings I've gotten as a black child, and I just sit back and listen to some of them people, which they consider themselves a superior race, have tons and tons of more privileges than I've ever had. It seems like their mindset or their mental capacity is in the dark. And then when they talk, they're so off base on everything. They're missing the boat on everything they talk about. And I just sit back. I don't even get baited in. I just sit back and agree with them. Yeah. I laugh with their asses because I'm like, man, and it never could be a race war because there's more white folks supporting blacks now than you would imagine. It's very evident in Charlottesville, Virginia. It's very evident. White folks was out there, they were out there. They weren't,
This is looking just like with the civil rights movement. There were white people who were rallying and marching with King and SNCC and all the other civil rights groups because they saw the injustice and said enough is enough.
Well, they just wanted peace on earth, too.
I think the average sane person wants peace.
Without a doubt. These jokers are mad at God knows what. Anyway, we'll move on.
That was a good one, Paul. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Paula. I agree.
Thanks for letting me speak. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah,
we do need to lobby Congress and get that domestic terrorism law on the books because I'm sorry, but that's some bull that people are getting away with all kind of crazy stuff because there's no law, no square hole to fit their square ass in. That's a problem.
All right. Not you, Redwine. You talking over there?
See? Okay. All right. I got to go get me something. Calm down. All right. Let's see. Where are we going?
You gonna lighten it up? Why don't you take the our little weird news monkey joke? We're gonna lighten it up. You got the reins.
Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got the forced monkey labor allegations. This is crazy.
Okay.
Target, or as some call it Target, are the latest company to drop Chocoa coconut milk over allegations of forced monkey labor. Now, what is on? You think something's wrong in the world? This is a problem. People for the Treatment of Animals, or better known as PETA, said that the Target retailer is no longer going to sell this particular product because of its alleged ties to monkey labor. Chocoa Thai supplier is accused of forcing monkeys to pick coconuts from the trees. They're forcing the monkeys to pick the coconuts. In a statement to USA Today, Target said it takes the claim seriously, and they removed the product from their shelves back in November. They said by dropping this product, Target is joining thousands of stores that refuse to profit from chained monkey misery. What is happening?
Yeah, video of that, or?
I haven't seen video, but I did see a photo. They had chains around these monkeys' necks. The monkeys were up in the trees throwing the coconuts down. And it's not like they get paid to do it.
So this is monkey labor.
Yes, monkey labor.
Wow.
They said that this company that produces the coconut milk, that they were exploiting the monkeys and lying about it. So there's no excuse for any grocery store to keep the product on their shelf. So according to PETA, 26,000 stores, including Wegmans, Food Line, Stop and Shop, have cut ties with the coconut milk brand. Of course, Chocoa, the company, denies all the allegations. They said it's a monkey lie. So, I don't know.
Wow.
I guess
mean,
the
if that many
can't...
distributors, if that many people drop them, something's not right. Something's true. So.
Yeah. There's a monkey somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, right. Costco and a few, all the ones I mentioned, Wegmans, Food Line, Stop and Shop, they were like, you know what, even if we don't know for sure, just the fact that it might be happening, we don't want your coconut milk.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll take the next one. These two rocks look just like the Cookie Monster. Okay. This is probably the most perfect Cookie Monster out there. C is for cash. I guess somebody's going to pay hard-earned cash for this. An agate gemstone recently discovered inside of volcano rock could be worth more than $10,000 thanks to its uncanny resemblance to Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. The agate was recovered from the Rio Grande do Sul region of Brazil. Okay. This guy, Lucas, 33, this was last year. Mike Bowers of California, who's the current owner of this sweet piece, posted a video of himself opening the unassuming rock this past in January. Okay. The video begins with Bowers holding what looks to be a dull stone, but when he splits it open, the viewer is dazzled by the blue quartz crystals topped with what looks like wide eyes and gaping smile of the beloved cookie inhaling characters. It's cute. Okay. But,
so wait a minute, the rock actually looks like Cookie Monster on the inside?
Yeah. Has the two eyes up there in the mouth, and hey, it's a pretty rock. But hey, top person will pay $10,000. I mean, you can't beat that.
Let me go find some rock.
to look like what?
Hey, I can go buy some googly eyes and stick them on there and say, look, that's how it looked.
Well, this was naturally made, apparently. So the eyes have holes in it. It's not like they just, put something there. So it was naturally made by the rocks. So from the volcano rock. But interesting. All right, Papa, I gave you Sleeping Beauty. You got it.
Let's see. This is a weird story. Let's see. This website is offering $3,000 for Sleeping Beauty to test our mattresses. Okay,
that's me.
The mattress reviewing platform said it's seeking a real life Sleeping Beauty to get paid $3,000 to test our mattresses. This place is called SleepJunkie.com. It said the chosen candidate will be paid to sleep on the job by trying 3 top-rated mattresses in a 2-month period, writing detailed reviews of each experience. The Sleeping Beauty will be paid $3,000 for the mattress testing job, as well as being allowed to keep the mattress at the end of their keeping the mattress of their choice at the end of their duties. I'd pick the best one they got. Let's see, and to be the right fit for the role, you would need to be a self-starter, available to work immediately and independently, have clear writing skills, good evaluation skills, and be exceptionally good at sleeping. Wow, that's interesting.
I can do this job.
Right.
Man, where do I apply?
But the posting does reveal one catch, that our Sleeping Beauty will also have to be able to sleep alone to ensure an undisturbed night. So you.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
For 3 months, you're gonna be
2 or 3 months.
3 months.
Oh,
That's how long it is.
Oh no, I don't know now.
That's no fun.
It's $1,000 a month.
Okay.
$3,000
$3,000
for 3 months.
So basically, like you said, $1,000 a month. Okay.
$250 a week.
To sleep and write good reviews.
Sleep alone. Yep.
Yeah.
Sleep alone.
Sleep alone.
How boring.
Now
is
my question is, are they going to watch you like with cameras while you sleep?
I don't know, but that's the whole damn summer, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, anybody looking for a job, there you go.
$250 a week.
All right. Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's why it's
we're gonna take a little
news.
Yeah,
okay, let's do it. We'll do that, and we're coming back on the other side with I'm Just Saying. We'll be right back.
I am Ketel from the original Pajama Party. If you haven't heard Pajama Party Show, you've missed out. We've got hot topics, hidden and quitted headlines, what's poppin' with Poppa DD, our weird news. I'm Just Saying with Redwine, living for the city with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, of course, the cocktail of the week, and the world-famous Ketel list. And, of course, we can't forget the last word. We serve it up each week on the Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 914-803-4306, or listen live at www.apajamaparty.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Bonsoir.
All right, we're going to turn over to Redwine with I'm Just Saying.
Okay.
So take it away, Redwine.
Thank you, Poppa DD. Merci beaucoup.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
Okay, tonight I'm just saying, a year ago, GameStop, I'm sure everybody's been seeing the news about what's been happening with GameStop, but GameStop stock was selling at about $4 a share, and this is about a year ago. This week, it went for as high as $470 per share. Okay, from $4 to $470. Now, how did that happen? Not because GameStop all of a sudden became more valuable. It was because big hedge fund managers bet against it, and people got together and said, not on our watch. So a group of people got together on a website. It was actually on Reddit, and they decided that they didn't want to see GameStop go out like a bunch of suckers because, you know, GameStop at one point was getting ready to file for bankruptcy. So these folks on Reddit decided, let's all just start buying up GameStop stock because hedge fund was betting against it, basically betting that it would fail. So once they started buying all this stock and they spread the word, told everybody to tell everybody, and told those everybody to tell everybody, so millions of people started buying up GameStop stock, and the stock ran all the way up to $470 a share. So people were making money this week, thousands of dollars per person or more here and there, People were making money. Now, Wall Street and the hedge funds were pissed because while regular folks were making money, they were losing money by the millions, and in some cases by the billions. That's because when you bet against a company, you got to cover the bet. It's like when you take a bet and you take like a boxing match, for example. You take the bet and you say, yeah, I think so-and-so is going to win. I'm going to cover that bet. Well, if you win because you believe it's such a sure thing, you're not worried about it. But if you lose, you're going to have a problem. Because if a lot of people bet on the opposite side and you lose, now you got to cover that bet. You got to come up with the money. So these hedge fund people use money from things like retirement accounts, what are other ones called? Mutual funds, 401ks, all that kind of stuff. They usually manage those types of accounts. One of the ways they make more money in those accounts is to take money and invest it, and I'm using air quotes, investing that money to make more money. The way they invest it is they do things like bet against companies that are sure to go down and not up. So this screwed them to the wall when what they bet against went the opposite way. Well, then they had to cover all those bets that they had bet against. So they were pissed. So instead of them just saying, oh, well, we lost that one, they cried like a bunch of biatches talking about, oh, this isn't right. This should be illegal. What can we do about it? You can't do anything about it. Just because you all have been controlling the market and have cornered the whole process of the way this whole thing works with making money off of stocks, you got pissed because somebody else exposed the game, spread the word, and allowed regular folks to make money in the game. So now they want to change the game. So as a result, companies that like the apps where you can buy stocks like this for regular day traders, companies like Robinhood and what's the other one, E-Trade and all those kind of companies, somehow or another, they decided in the middle of the day when this thing was going buck wild, they decided we're going to put the brakes on and not allow people to buy any more of the GameStop stock. So people jumped in it after they got the word and said, all right, I'm going to throw a couple hundred, couple thousand, whatever they were putting in. They were trying to buy stock, and now all of a sudden, either you couldn't get in or you got in, but the stock wasn't continuing to rise because the apps put the brakes on and wouldn't let more people buy stock. So those people who had stock weren't seeing it go up. So they stopped making the money that they were initially going to make because somebody put the brakes on. So now you have lawsuits being filed against Robinhood, E-Trade, and any of the other companies who put the brakes on because the investors are saying, hold up, that's not the way this is supposed to work. We invest with your company because it allows us to buy whatever we want and sell whatever we want when we want. How are you going to just decide in the middle of the day, okay, no more sales on this particular stock? That's not how it's supposed to work. So now they got to deal with all of that. It's been a major fallout, but what it did is it exposed the system, and now regular Joes and Janes are understanding we can all get in this and make some money if that's what you choose to do, but it requires working together. If Congress could learn this idea of working together, maybe things would actually get done. But in this case, I'm just saying, can't we make money too? Why do the hedge funds get the privilege of making all the money, and the rest of us who may want to get involved in buying stocks, we just have to try to do the best we can, make a little here and there, but we don't get the opportunity to get that big windfall like the hedge fund managers do. That's some bull. So now the hedge fund people, they're like, and Congress is looking into it. They got the what is that group called? I forgot the name of the acronym. But
FCC maybe?
It's probably FCC, and there's another one, FN something. I forgot the name of that group. But it's the groups that have to do with the oversight of everything that has to do with this whole industry.
Yeah.
So now they're looking into stuff, and they're basically trying to figure out, at bottom line, how did this happen? It happened because somebody decided, I'm going to put the word out, and we all going to get together, and we can all make money together. And Wall Street got screwed. Hedge fund managers got screwed, and now they all pissed. So all I'm saying is for them to be belly aching. I was watching them on CNBC talking about, well, this is just a dangerous thing because people, jumped in trying to make money quick. They don't know what they're doing. They don't understand that people's livelihoods are at stake. People's jobs are going to be lost and all. I'm like, cry me a mother freaking river. Y'all didn't think about that when you decided to bet people's 401k money, but now that you lost, now you crying foul? Kiss my grits with that bull crap. Anyway, This is Redwine. I'm just saying, can't we all make money? They shouldn't be able to make all of the daggone money. Bunch of crap.
Bravo, Redwine. That was a good one.
They got caught with their pants down, ass out, and now they're embarrassed.
It's time for the ordinary person to start making some money because all these big companies are making too much money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just big companies; it's big people. And the biggest thing behind all that really is the lack of knowledge about the whole stock market. This is something, as black people, we were never taught that. Not in school, not from our parents, because I guess our parents didn't know. At least mine didn't anyway. And it's just something but now that everything is coming full circle. But a lot of people, as you see, if you would look between the lines of what Redwine was saying, is the fact that a lot of people that play the stock market, or basically just people that play the stock market, people playing for people. Mm-hmm. The big wigs that got the money, they got people running around for them playing stuff. And when stuff don't pan out like it's supposed to pan out, now they got to tell people that got big money that's why they're saying people's livelihoods are at stake. Yeah, he's out on a damn yacht in Miami. All he knows is what you tell him. But when you don't have good news for him, you start to panic. And that's when it started to filter down. But then when they figure out that it was just a common Joe that was putting the,
they're pissed.
That threw the wrench in the spokes, they're saying, wait a minute, they're ignorant to this stuff. They don't know why do you think Trump talks about the economy so much? He's playing the stock market more than anybody. The stock market is it's a vicious game that if you was to learn it, it's like gambling like anything else. Stock go up and down. But if you got the money to play with, it's a quick little joint to mess with to get you some fast cash, some dividends, some consistency, whatever. It's like anything else that you win, lose, or draw. But what happened back then with that GameStop thing?
Yeah.
It was a testimony of, and then what got me on the backside, and I'll leave this alone, was the companies like Robinhood and all them who's kissing ass of the big wigs because somebody pulled their coattail. Somebody said Robinhood and all this, stop that shit right now. And the CEO of Robinhood was on TV. And he was bitching like a motherfucker, we had to stop because that's because them rich motherfuckers threatened the hell out of you.
Young white guy sitting on top of a whole lot of money.
Oh yeah, and then but what got me was the guy who was orchestrating the whole situation with building the stock over at the game place. He was laughing and smiling. He said, "Man, we had a ball fucking with them like that." And we're just going to show you now that it just go to show you, and it's so beautiful because the sun does shine, and anything anybody's doing in the dark is going to come to the light, and all that stock market stuff is starting to reveal itself because it's not hard. It's not difficult. Any layman can learn that shit. Just like electricity, if you don't want to go to college, go to trade school. Be an electrician, a carpenter. Learn how to fix brakes on a car. Learn how to hang ceiling fans. Learn how to put screens in windows. There's so many hustles out there.
But let me add one more thing. I do not think that it was coincidental today that the market tanked. I said this was all a conspiracy. The market is now trying to spank everybody and say, okay, all these amateurs wanted to jump in
because
and try
they can afford to take a dive.
So now we're going to everything is going down.
I
looked at everything today was just about everything was in the red.
They can orchestrate.
Everybody's losing money today, but GameStop was still going up. Because GameStop, the people who invested in GameStop, they were like, screw you and your people.
Hold on tight.
We're going to hold on. We're going to keep buying stock. Because after people screamed about the way they were put on hold and couldn't buy any more stock, Robinhood and all the other companies said, all right, we're going to lift the restrictions. Y'all go ahead, do what you're going to do.
Hey, punk, yeah.
But then on the flip side, the market was tanking. I said, boy, they trying to just discipline everybody to say, all right, y'all got away with that. But if you got any other stock, we're going to put that in the toilet.
Yeah. Well, people need to fall off Robinhood and all the other jokes.
It's been crazy.
All right, we'll move on.
We're going to take a little CC. We're going to keep moving on. What we doing?
You ready for Living for the City?
Yeah, we can
okay, Poppa DD said he's ready. Fire it up.
Time is moving here, but
all right, Living for the City.
Good.
What you got, Poppa?
That's a good segue to talk about that just for a minute, because I think that a lot of things don't come along because it's just not prevalent. I think the biggest reason why a lot of black people can't swim is because we didn't have those recreation centers in our neighborhoods like that, a pool down the street, Olympic-sized pool like some of these suburban neighborhoods had. Not to mention just pools everywhere. You fly a helicopter over a damn exclusive neighborhood and there's just pools in everybody's backyard. So sometimes what's not in our area is something that we're not accustomed to. But we learn to survive based on the things that we have. Instead of having the luxuries of the classic games or maybe board games, we're playing marbles or girls are playing jacks or whatever was feasible. Hide a stick and go get a stick that you hide, whatever, hide and seek or what have you. And that just goes to show, and it hasn't changed as we go all the way up to Wall Street. The same ignorance to what's happening is still there, and the ignorance toward people is by design. They want to keep you out like they kept us out of baseball, out of football, out of basketball, because they know the power of people once the mindset come in, because knowledge is power. And if you come in just with an inquisitive, open mind, you could be a sponge and learn anything. And this is why baseball was so neglectful for so long. And just like, and to play on that for a second, the whole baseball thing, where the Hall of Fame came up again, and some of these racist-ass people didn't pick Barry Bonds again, didn't pick Kurt Schilling again, didn't pick Roger Clemens again, and claiming they was all doped up or whatever, didn't pick Mark McGwire again, claiming they were all doped up. But here's the deal, or Sammy Sosa, all of them didn't get picked for the Hall of Fame. But here's the deal, though. While they were going for the home run championship and hitting them home runs when Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa cracking them home runs and everything about 15, 20 years ago, all the sports writers that have a vote in the Hall of Fame, they were cheering them on. Mark McGwire was up against Barry Bonds for the most home runs that year, and one hit a home run one night, next one hit a home run. It was just exciting baseball at that time, and all the sports writers at that time who were voters were cheering it, yeah. Now, 20 years later, they're saying, oh, they were doped up. Yeah, well, you were partying while they were hitting home runs. You were collecting per diem as a sports writer. You were sitting up in the booth. You were living in hotels and things like that. You were getting laid. You was taking the benefit of watching Barry Bonds hit home runs back in the day. But now that you're 20 years older, you're going to criticize him for claiming that he was on steroids. But you enjoyed his play and writing about it and all that. It was so fucking contradictory. It's not even funny. I mean, the names of the different sports writers who don't like Barry Bonds because he didn't give them an interview, or he's too cocky, or we don't like his such and such. You know, he's a good-looking, strong black man. You're jealous as hell. Okay, he's driving a Maserati or whatever. You know, they see these players' lives. They see them in the parking lot. They see them pull off in their Lamborghinis. You know what I'm saying? And they're hating. But the whole contradictiveness of that, and going back to the whole stock market thing, it's just, you know, nothing. I'm telling you, man, people need to just let peace be still. Because it's just, you know, everybody wants everybody to be excluded. But when somebody finds out about something, they don't want you to know just how easy it is. Everything in this life is easy. With proper training and proper guidance, you can damn near learn anything. Anyway, I'm going to leave that alone.
Okay. I agree with you. It doesn't have to be that hard. All you need is information. It's all about access. Access to training, access to information.
And opportunity.
Access to opportunity. It's all about access.
Yeah, well, that's the design.
Access to the excess. We can do this.
All right. Information is the key. I like that one, Papa.
Let me figure out how to get some stock. I'm going to turn that thing upside down.
All right. We're going to take a little CC break and come back?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. We can do that. And what are we coming back with on the other side of the break, Ketel?
What are we coming back with, Papa?
All right. It'll just be a surprise. Oh, Papa's doing the Hollywood song. I guess that's what we're coming back with. All right. We'll do that. And we'll take, trying to get one queued up. All right. We'll do a quick break, and we're coming back with our Hollywood wrap-up on the Pajama Party Show.
How you doing? I'm Poppa DD, one of the hosts of the Pajama Party. And I'm here to introduce you to two of the segments I have on the Pajama Party. One is called What's Poppin' with Poppa DD, and the other one's called Living for the City. What's Popping is maybe a topic that really popped at me that week about something really going on that's serious. And on Living for the City, I'll talk about stuff that has to do with the inner city, the suburban life, and life as we know it as far as the hood is concerned and everything thereof. Because as Moore said, the whole world is a ghetto. So we'll talk about all that. So join me, Poppa DD, every Friday for my two segments of What's Poppin' and Living for the City. All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's that time, Poppa DD.
Here we go.
Y'all had too much to drink over there.
I haven't had anything. I'm drinking Deer Park, 100% natural spring.
Ooh,
anyway,
kind of liquor is that?
Deer Park put the cognac out?
Apparently.
I got to get it. Can't drink. I bit my tongue.
All right. Let's get on to Hollywood. Okay, here we go. Buckle up. Sit back. She received an Oscar nomination for Sounder, mesmerized TV audiences in autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, and won a Tony for The Trip to Bountiful. Miss Cicely Tyson, the admired Oscar-nominated actress who made television history while forging a sterling career out of portraying women of strength and substance. We lost her yesterday. She was 96. She had just put out her memoir book. It's called Just As I Am. She just put that out. And, man, that thing was devastating to me this morning. She really inspired me to become an actress, but I never did because my mother was like, you can't do that. You need to get a quote-unquote real job. But she was a true inspiration, pioneer, starring Sounder. Sounder was her first feature film, and wow, she just blew everybody off the screen. Gayle King, she interviewed her last week. That was one of the last interviews that she gave. Also, Ryan and Kelly, they interviewed her also. That was the last known interview also. But everybody's been reaching out. Michelle Obama, President Obama, everybody that has worked with her. She worked on How to Get Away with Murder. She played Annalisa's mother. I'm like, wow. She played LeVar Burton's mother in
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, it just spans a whole, almost over 6 decades. Wow. Mm. So she will truly be missed.
Great
Everybody's
lady.
talking about it. Yeah, great lady. You're right about that. Great lady.
She's definitely royalty.
Oh, for sure. She truly was. She said her mom didn't want her to become an actress. I guess she wanted her to go get a real job too, but she proved her wrong. So, yeah, she proved her wrong. Right. She still looks pretty good for 96, though.
Yeah.
All right.
She was beautiful.
Yeah. In other news, Byron Allen, media mogul Byron Allen, launches the Griot TV. The Griot TV from NBC Universal, he bought that back in 2016. He had like 1 million active users. Now he has over 10 million users on this particular medium, digital media. Yep.
Okay,
Allen
Byron.
is the founder. Yeah, he's a quiet millionaire. I'm not mad at him. Allen is the founder and CEO of the Allen Media Group, which owns nearly a dozen cable networks, including the Weather Channel, about a dozen local TV stations, and produces more than 60 syndicated TV shows.
Wow.
Yep. So he ain't doing too bad. And it's called Griot TV, Grio TV. So, and it reaches over 100 million U.S. households. So kudos to him. Yeah. And it launched on the 8th. Yeah, it launched January the 18th, Martin Luther King's birthday. Hey, perfect. I mean,
okay.
Yeah. Yep. Kudos to him. Meghan McCain and Van Jones team up for a documentary on reuniting the country.
That's interesting.
Very, because you know Miss Meghan, she's very controversial. She's not my favorite on The View, but she does give her views. It's called The Reunited States, a feature documentary promoting deporalization. The Dark Star Pictures film, which was released to a virtual audience on Friday, is billed as a powerful and deeply moving documentary about people who have dedicated their lives to deporalization. Okay. So those two getting together, that's interesting. Because, he used to have his own show, and I'm not sure what happened with that. He's a commentator, author, and also he's a lawyer. Didn't know that. He is a co-founder in several of nonprofit organizations, 3-time New York Times bestseller author, and CNN host and contributor, and an Emmy Award winner. All right, Mr. Van Jones got it going on.
Oh, Van Jones.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Van Jones.
He does.
Yeah, he does. So I know I see him on CNN a lot. The brother got it going on. I ain't mad at him.
He was also a good friend to Prince.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember him talking about that. They were doing something, and Prince gave him the money to get it started or something. Some benefit.
To give some money to a school,
concert.
I think. Yeah, a school or music program, and he worked with Prince to do the Baltimore concert after the riots in Baltimore.
Right.
When Freddie Gray was killed.
Right, because he told the story. He said Prince didn't want anybody to know that he had given the money because he didn't want the attention to go on him instead of what actually was going on. So, Van Jones did tell that story. Mm-hmm. Also, one more. We lost another great, Larry King. He's 87. He died on the 23rd of January. His wife was estranged because they were about to get a divorce, but everything was not final. So that's interesting. I'm not sure if they had a prenup or not. But she says he did not die of COVID-19. I guess the way she said it, that he was just fragile, and I guess it was his time. I guess, just old age, I guess. He's been hanging on for a long time.
Yeah, he did.
Says the woman who she was about to
Yeah.
What you saying, Poppa DD?
I'm not in that one. I
ain't saying nothing.
I ain't saying nothing either. Also, we've been losing a lot of greats. My girl Cloris Leachman, American actress and comedian, her career spans over 7 decades. Primetime Emmy Awards, 22 nominations. She got 8 Primetime Emmy Awards, making her the most nominated, and along with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, most awarded actress in Emmy history. Didn't know that. So Cloris Leachman, she was 94. She died on the 27th. So it's like it was back to back to back.
Yeah.
in
But
the 90s, too.
She was a funny lady. Yeah, she was a funny lady. She was, yeah. And
I do remember her on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and it was another sitcom she did in later years where she played the senile grandmother, but I can't remember what show that was.
I can't name it. Yeah, she was good. Anything she played in, she was good.
Yeah,
and
she was
funny. Yeah, she was. And last but not least, everybody knows Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. They've been separated for probably over 2 years, and they quote unquote, I guess they're going to do the divorce thing, the big D. So, yep. It hadn't played out on their series, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but I'm quite sure it will. So it's inevitable. Yep. So they got 4 children. Yeah, it is what it is. Let me see. North, which is 7. Chicago, which is 3. Son Saint is 5, and Psalms is 1. I'm like, okay, what kind of names are these for children? But to each his own. And that's my Hollywood wrap-up. Yeah, Chicago West. Yeah.
Okay.
Northwest. Saint West. Psalms West. I mean, come on there. That's my Hollywood wrap-up. Yeah, that's enough.
All right. That was a good one. Thank you, Ketel.
You're welcome. Ooh, boy. A lot going on.
Well, Poppa DD, that brings us to the Kiss It list. Ooh, it's that time. Golly, we got so many tonight, I mean. It's been a crazy week. So, can you tell us what the Kiss It list is, Poppa DD?
That's a list that a lot of them need. The list of people that have been just showing off crazy, and they just need a lesson. That lady, Miss Green, is going to be the poster child.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm telling you. She just got, and she's on video and everything. And
yeah, she doesn't care.
Ain't getting away with it. This is stuff a black person could never get away with. Oh, my Lord. They would get rid of them with the quickness for the slightest thing. But anyway, yeah, that Congresswoman Green, she's on it big time.
Yeah. All right. Who else do we have?
McCarthy, for sure, with his turncoat ass. The other gentleman, too, South Carolina, Lindsey Graham. Okay, we definitely got Ted Cruz. Let's not leave him out. The other couple guys.
Yeah.
All the Congress people that are bashing the young lady, the Republican that says she's going to vote for the impeachment. They've been beating her up. I'm like, man, what is wrong with it? And nobody has their own mindset. Everybody needs allies today to be angry. I need 5 people to help me be angry. Damn. Anyway,
let's see. We have Attorney Greg Harris. This guy is one of Trump's second impeachment trial lawyers who recently was exposed for getting rid of black jurors off of some of his other cases, one of which he used a racial stereotype to get rid of this black juror and said that this guy was shucking and jiving. He was like, oh, when they do jury selection, he was like, no, I don't want him because he was shucking and jiving. What? Dude, you're on the kiss it list.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You already said Marjorie Taylor Greene with her crazy theories.
Phrases they learn from us and using it against us.
Here's one for you. Subway sandwich stores. They're being sued for selling fake tuna fish.
I know. I bought a few of them tuna fish sandwiches.
I've eaten some of them. Now I'm pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is it? Chicken?
They don't know.
They said it's everything but tuna fish.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
I done ate like 15, 20 of them jokers, man. So
whoever's doing the lawsuit is having it tested, and they said they still have not determined what it is, but they can tell you what it ain't, and it ain't tuna.
It ain't tuna.
So they're on the kiss it list.
Because you can get chicken like that. Mm-hmm.
I'm putting COVID-19 on the kiss it list for continuing to mutate and all of these new strains running all over the country. So COVID-19, you on the kiss it list. Let's see. Company.
I'm also putting a lot of these leaders out here that have gotten the COVID tests. People, county execs and mayors and governors, they on TV getting shot in their arm. But a lot of their constituents or the people in the county that they represent, the county execs, the county they represent, a line hasn't even formed yet to put shots in any regular. You got to give the shots to common people after a while. They're the ones that's running things. So go through everything you got to do with the first people firsthand and all that, but it's got to trickle down.
True.
But everybody's getting in the way. All these execs and anyway.
Also, I've got the company Choka, the company that's making the coconut milk that's making monkeys work for them, forced monkey labor. You're on the kiss it list. And I'm putting Wall Street, all those hedge fund managers, and all of the stock apps who put the brakes on the investors yesterday because you just kowtowed to Wall Street. You're on the kiss it list.
Yeah, big pressure.
Heck yeah.
Because Wall Street let them in. They let them in. They opened the door and let, Robin Hood and all them other little jokers in. They let them in. Anyway, we let you in. How you going? It's vicious.
It is vicious. Speaking of vicious, Beijing with the anal swab for COVID-19, you're on the kiss it list because that's some foul, funky, freaky stuff.
And they do it to the kids.
Yeah, why are you doing that to the kids? I'm like, what?
In high school, we had to get everybody naked and go on their ass. I'm like, really?
That's some wild stuff. Who else? Do we have anybody else? Oh, Tokyo Olympics. The Tokyo Olympics, they're still trying to press forward and have the Olympics. I'm like, I understand that y'all are trying to recoup your money, but this ain't the time. This is not the time to be bringing people from all over the world trying to contain them in one spot.
Some Americans want to do it.
When you've got mutating COVID-19 strands going on, this is not the time.
And let's not forget Australia.
What's Australia doing?
They swear that their COVID is gone. They had a match today with Serena Williams and the other young lady, the black Asian. What's her name?
Osaka?
Osaka, yeah. But everybody, the audience was packed and no mask. They claimed that COVID's not there anymore.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
What are y'all doing?
Yeah. Look at ESPN and watch the highlights of it. The audience was no mask, very few masks. They claim that that Australia has cured their COVID, and I'm like, just a bunch of bullshit.
Why don't they just go get some Jim Jones Kool-Aid and serve it up?
And Serena was down there, her and old girl, so I just hope that, yeah, but anyway.
Anybody else, Ketel?
No. Y'all got it all.
Okay. Oh, did we say Trump? Trump is always on the kiss it list.
45.
Okay, 45. All right. Well, we have
I do have one. Brady. Because I don't want his ass to win.
Tom Brady.
If he win, that's it. I'm going to drop the mic for real. Brady.
Okay. All right.
He ain't playing by himself.
Well, we have something for everybody on this week's Kiss It List, and here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of those Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Feeling fine. Bonsoir.
I'm
It's time
back.
for the last word. Last word coming up.
Now it's time to say goodbye
Uh-oh.
to all our company.
Watch out.
M-I-C.
Say what?
K-E-Y.
Say what?
M-O-U-S-E.
What's the
I thought you were
word,
going to say
Dan?
COVID.
Anyway,
Oh,
my last word is to watch yourself, man, because there's some crazy asses out there. I swear that Congress is full of them. The senators is full of them. I mean, they got so much violence going on with them. They're mad as hell. I don't know. Them privileged ass white folks are mad as hell. Why? Because people are gaining on you. Ain't that what they said? Poppin' Funkadelic, gaining on.
Oh,
you.
they did have a song called
Gaining
on.
on. That's right. That's very true. Anyway, so just keep pushing. Stay out of their way. They crazy as hell and ignorant, so stay out of their way. They may have guns, but they're a lousy shot. So don't worry about them. Anyway.
Well, I'm going to ride on that one and say that's the same thing. I'd say gaining on you for the regular investors and all those Wall Street folks and the hedge fund managers.
Yeah.
We are gaining on you.
Right.
It's just a matter of time.
That's
And if
right.
y'all think you're going to change the rules every time we start to figure out the game,
That's what
you're
it
going
is.
to be caught up in a loop of constantly changing the rules because we're gaining on you.
Gaining on you.
That's my last word.
Gaining on you.
All right. Let me see. My last word is I like what we talked about earlier. You know, Papa said, you know, be informed and learn something. Learn some new trades. Do this. We need to find out what is the next thing that's going to be out here. The next big thing. Right.
Right.
You got to get
Big
ahead
thing.
of it. Yeah. Get ahead of what's going on. If it's, because who would have thought? Tesla? This crazy man. Who ever thought? He's sending people up there to the moon. He's a private company. We don't have to wait for the United States to do anything. Let's just do it ourselves. And
He's flying people to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Right. These 19 families that bought land and started their own town. Man, if I had the money, I'd be gone. I would start my own damn town. And it wouldn't be around these crazy ass white folks. I'm telling you, I'd be gone. So
They can have it.
yeah. Let's be informed. Get some knowledge. If it's on the internet, somebody told me said we got smartphones. Let's use them. You know, let's get some knowledge up in our head instead of some air. Also,
There you
make
go.
sure you guys are masking up out there, and just be aware of what's going on in the country. You know, I don't say bury your head in politics and this and that all the time, but at least look at it sometimes. Because you got to know if them MFers are coming up behind you. You got to know and be prepared. And I do believe the music that Funkadelic and EWF were talking about is prevalent to today. So, look, get up, dust up that 45 or that that album or that CD or whatever and start listening to what they were talking about.
You're right.
That's my last word. That's it.
Well, I can tell you this. You talking about what's coming next?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching and listening to someone today who was breaking it down, what's coming next, and I hadn't really thought about it, but it makes perfectly good sense. Electric vehicles is the next new emerging technology. And what the guy was talking about...
stopping production by...
Well, it's not just the vehicles. He was talking about where the money is going to be made, like in the next 5 years, 3 to 5, not even that far off, next 2 to 5 years. It's not just the vehicles, but all the components that it takes to make them, the batteries, the motherboards, all of that stuff. So if you're looking to invest in things and look to see what's coming next, that's the thing coming next.
Right.
And then this guy was breaking it down, talking about all the land that's invested in parking lots and stuff in major cities. Like you got all these. He said that won't even be necessary because TAS, which is Transportation as a Service, TAAS, is the next thing coming. Look it up, educate yourself. That's what's about to happen. Don't wait till it's here and try to get in after the fact. Get in on the ground floor so you know what's going on.
Everything's going on. And battery operators going to be big. Ego.
Yeah, electric.
Company called Ego. They do battery operated lawnmowers and everything. All that gasoline shit going to be gone. Hey, and last thing I want to say is that, what's her name, Meghan McCain? I don't trust that ass. I don't trust her ass one. She talked that shit when the View around them people like that, but her ass is straight. She is a straight right wing ass. She may put on the makeup and ride on it. Fuck all that. I don't trust her ass.
Her to be borderline.
One bit.
All right.
I put a push pin in her fucking chair, honey. I don't trust her.
All right. Well, that's it for tonight. We're going to get up out of here before the clock runs out. Say good night, Poppa DD.
Good night, everybody.
Say good night, Ketel.
Good night.
And bonsoir. Until next Friday, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Tell a friend. Share the knowledge. Share the wealth. Let's do this thing. It's all about unity. We're going to get up out of here, and we'll see you next Friday night. Peace.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so. I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, I say when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, growing that day, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, growing that day, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, growing that day, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew.